The world is facing a scourge of hunger, which is a global emergency of unprecedented magnitude. The Famine report has more on this.
David Beasley of the UN World Food Programme told the UN Security Council that the world is facing the scourge of hunger after the pandemic. And it is also one of the pandemic's after effects, alongside wars in Yemen, Ukraine, and Syria, and droughts in places like Somalia and economic crises caused by raging inflation in many countries like Lebanon and many African countries. He called the situation a global emergency of unprecedented magnitude, claiming that 345 million people worldwide face hunger, with 70 million facing starvation. Beasley added that what was once a wave of hunger is now a tsunami of hunger. Yemen is one of the countries that is most impacted by the conflict in Ukraine because 90% of its food is imported. Additionally, Yemen's hunger and malnutrition statistics are grave. David Beasley estimates that 90 million Yemenis, or 6 out of 10 individuals, are food insecure. About 500,000 children are hungry, and 160,000 people are on the verge of a catastrophe. In addition, and due to financial restrictions, the World Food Programme is unable to offer sufficient assistance. It plans to help 18 million individuals, but doing so would cost $2.6 billion. Also, those in need in Yemen will only receive 2/3 of their previous daily allowance. The humanitarian situation in the country is poised to get even worse by December 2022, with the number of people who will likely be unable to meet their minimum food needs in Yemen possibly reaching a record of 19 million people in that period. About 2.2 million children across Yemen suffer from acute malnutrition. In addition, 1.3 million pregnant or breastfeeding women suffer from acute malnutrition. Katharina Russell, UNICEF Executive Director, said that more and more children are going to bed with an empty stomach. This increases the risk of physical and cognitive impairment and even death. The plight of Yemen's children can no longer be overlooked. Lives are at stake, she added. Yemen has been plagued by one of the world's worst food crises. Parents often find it difficult to bring their children to facilities for treatment because they cannot afford it. Unfortunately, despite the promises made by many organizations and countries to help, they do not actually contribute because it's not a top priority for their foreign policy.